What's up, everybody? Jordan Stewart here from Vover. Thanks so much for tapping into the Vover original show. Just a reminder that if you want to drop your opinions about the episode or respond to the host and guests with your voice, go and download the Vover app wherever you get your apps. Vover, voice over everything. Enjoyed the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Vover NFL Show. It's your host, Drew, from Cover32. We have some Colts news. Of course, everybody heard about the injury to Carson Wentz. Going to be out 5 to 12 weeks with a foot injury. He's going to need surgery as opposed to trying to play through it. Probably a good decision. Our take today is going to come on the fantasy side of things. What does it do for this Colts offense? And again, today's news coming out that Quenton Nelson has literally the same exact injury almost as Carson Wentz. He's going to be out for the exact same timetable, 5 to 12 weeks. So that's kind of a big variant of time, a really big gap. It could be 5, which is very doable, and then 12 weeks, which is basically most of the season. So not good for the Colts right now. When it comes to fantasy, of course, their biggest player you could think of would be running back Jonathan Taylor. Right now, his average draft position is at running back 9. The 9th player off or 10th player off the board right now, 10 or 11, but running back 9. What does this do for his draft stock? For me, I think it drops it a little bit. I was willing to at first take him with a 7th overall pick, 8th overall pick, 9th. With losing Carson Wentz, now you don't have an established quarterback in that offense, and then losing Quenton Nelson, who was he is the best guard in football, and one of the best offensive linemen in football that we've seen in a while. And of course, both of those things dramatically affect Jonathan Taylor on a game-to-game basis, whether it's going to be quarterback play or running it up the gut with Quenton Nelson's blocking. So I think Jonathan Taylor definitely has the talent to still produce as an RB1. But I can't see taking him over, especially in PPR, points per reception formats. I would much rather have Ezekiel Elliott. I might still even take the chance on Saquon Barkley, even with his injury that he might be coming off of. Might not be able to start the season. He just has more volume at this point. You kind of know what the Giants are going to do. I would prefer Austin Eckler over Jonathan Taylor right now. I prefer Nick Chubb as well, even in a PPR format. And at this point, depending on what this looks like, Joe Mixon might even be somebody I would lean towards over Jonathan Taylor right now. I just really don't see a world where Jonathan Taylor returns top 5 fantasy output if you're not going to have your quarterback 1 and your best offensive lineman. Like I said, he definitely has the talent, but I don't see, at least where he's getting drafted right now, that he can return that. And the Colts have a really good defense. They have a good system around them. But if they're not going to have those two guys, Jonathan Taylor's going to have to do a lot of work. And on top of that, they have other running backs that we thought they were going to get rid of and just give the keys to Jonathan Taylor. Doesn't look like that, and especially not now. They still have Nyheim Hines. They still have Marlon Mack, who is coming off of an Achilles injury, but will still, I'm assuming, and at this point be very much involved, especially in the passing game, coming out of the backfield off of screens and stuff like that. So it's going to be another sort of a mixed bag. I think eventually, obviously, Jonathan Taylor is going to take over fully. I just don't know at this point whether we're going to see that for a full fantasy season. We're still going to get that choppy backfield. He's going to get 15 to 16 touches a game, but then you're going to get Nyheim Hines and Marlon Mack peppered in here and there. So, and then the offense just might not be as good if you don't have that QB1. They just signed Brett Hundley. They just signed another guy. They just have a couple. They have Jacob Eason, who they drafted last season. So a couple of guys that really don't have too much experience at that position in the NFL. So it's going to be tough for the offense, which means if it's tough for the offense to get points on the board, not going to be a lot of opportunity to be running the ball. They're going to be playing from behind a lot, it seems like. So, Jonathan Taylor, of course, a great talent. I just am going to be dropping him in my fantasy drafts When it comes to drafting an RB1, there's a couple other options I like better. So it is August, so I know you guys are starting to do your fantasy drafts. Just keep that in mind. I'm not saying completely fade Jonathan Taylor. I'm just saying that be cautious of that because, of course, he's very talented. We saw what he was able to do in a short period of starts last season. But this is definitely going to drop him a little bit because of losing Carson Wentz and now Quenton Nelson, the news that we got today. So that is our fantasy take. That is our NFL take today, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Vover Audio, to the Vover NFL show. Stay tuned. We got a lot coming from Cover 32, guys, for the rest of the summer and into the football season. Preseason starting this week, so we're really going to get the ball rolling, guys. So thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
Vover!